Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. This is John and Jenna with Flippin' Ain't Easy. Hopefully you guys had a good weekend, sales weekend, and whatever. Maybe you weren't doing anything reselling related. Hopefully you had a great weekend nonetheless. Anybody have anything to talk about that happened over this weekend? I can tell you that we've been very busy. This whole transition thing has really taken a lot out of me. I'll just put it that way. It's been a lot of work, but I don't dread it. I look forward to it because it's helping me mold what I want to mold out here and into the way I want to mold it. And yeah, we're getting to the nitty gritty here where it's going to be done very soon, but we're not quite there yet. So. In fact, after we're done with this, you guys are my break from this, by the way. So after we're done with this live, I'm going to go right back to work and pull 2 racks down and put 2 racks up in the garage. That's my agenda for tonight. So hopefully you guys have a little bit better plans for tonight than I do. But what I wanted to talk about today was something that was brought to my attention, and actually it's this time it's from Ina Steiner at E-commerce Bytes, and the article, let's just get right into it. The article says eBay confirms change to ads in search results. Now this was from the 25th, so a couple days ago. Sellers noticed a change eBay made to promoted listing ads in search results. And an eBay moderator confirmed on Thursday it had made the change in early October. So this change has been in the works, or actually in place, for a few weeks now. Promoted listing ads now only show the default best match and top picks, and not when a shopper changes the sort order of search results. So if I'm and I'll go to this here in a second here just to show you, if I am a buyer, oops, and I totally don't have it with me here, so I'm going to have to do something different. Bear with me a second. If I'm a buyer and I'm trying to search for an item, so I have an item that is promoted, so let's say this portable air heating fan, okay? Now, look, I don't advocate for you to search for your own items, but this is just for an example. So the item in question, this is my item right here, the second one, $67.49. So this is a promoted listing. I think it's at 8.1% if I'm not mistaken, this particular one. And there's other ones behind it, blah, blah, blah. Now in the past, you could go here. Now currently this is defaulting the best match. But if I want to refine these search results and say, I want the lowest price, which is the price plus shipping that eBay will show, okay? And so what's weird is, I don't know why it's showing the $103 item, but that's not my point here. In the past, it would show this listing right here. This is my listing. It would show it twice because I'm promoting. It'll show it once with the tag down here that says sponsored, and one that maybe a few spots lower that would say nothing, right? So you'd essentially have 2 spots somewhere, page 1, maybe page 2, but your item would show up twice in that search result after the buyer sorts it, okay? Now it's not happening anymore. That sponsored tag is no longer there. You don't see sponsored anywhere on these because they've taken it down, okay? So it was a hack. As far as I'm concerned, this should never, the way it used to be, should never have been there. eBay has changed it. It used to be when promoted listings first came out that people got up in an uproar because best match actually showed the sponsored and the organic listing. So it was kind of a hack where you actually had 2 listing spots on that search result, and people got pissed. So eBay took it away and said, now we're just going to show a mix of organic and sponsored, right? But when you clicked over to the listing plus the price plus shipping, lowest price, that never changed. And that was a hack. That was something that was going on for a long time. And it's something that I identified as, and I think what had happened was the organic was showing up higher than the sponsored, and people were seeing your organic listing first, clicking into that, and you weren't paying any promoted listing rates. Well, now that's gone away. So if we continue into the article here, sellers noticed the change to eBay promoted listings, ads and search results, and eBay moderator confirmed on Thursday it had made the change in early October. Okay, I read that already. Note that shoppers can change from the default best match sort to one of the following options. So the one I used was price list plus shipping equals lowest first, but it's any of these where this will show. Those sellers discussing the unannounced change generally viewed it positively. I do personally think, someone said, I do personally think it's a better buyer experience not having ads in those other sort options. As a buyer, I always find it annoying when results are inserted that don't actually follow the sort order I selected. But it's still doing that. You guys see here that I selected a certain sort order of price. So if we go to the top here, sorry to make you dizzy if you're looking at my screen, but I have this thing sorted by price. I don't know why it's not showing there, but it is sorted by price. It shows the lowest price. This person's giving this away. Free delivery for $24.69. Okay. This one's at $103. But this one, look, my $15 shipping, if I was buying it locally here for $15, would be cheaper than $103.79. So it's still not correct. It's still not showing the correct order because I want the lowest in order of lowest to highest. So going back to this, the eBay moderator posted the following message from the product team. This is from eBay. We made an update to search in October to keep results as relevant as possible for how people choose to browse. You'll no longer see ads in certain sort types, like nearest first, but promoted listings will still show in best match and top picks to help connect buyers with items they're most likely to love. Seller responded to the change by writing, even as someone who uses promotion, I'm glad of this change. If other sellers of items similar to mine are annoyed with my ads in their listings, well, too bad, but I don't want my ads to annoy others. But that's not the issue. The question that I have, the main takeaway is this. Are they saying that now we don't show sponsored ads here? We don't see the listings that are sponsored. Does this mean that eBay is showing our listings organically? And when they sort by lowest plus shipping, because there's no longer a sponsored tag here, are these listings free of the promoted listing charge like they used to be? So that's my question that no one seems to have addressed or answered, but I'm curious, by virtue of them sorting it, is it now going to be free of that, whether you're using 2% to 10, 15% for some people, are you going to be free of paying that? So just a change to the search. I mean, nothing earth-shattering, but at the same time, it's always, as a seller, a good idea to understand how the platform works, okay? Just so that maybe either you can explain things to people a little bit better, or you aren't surprised when something happens and you know what's happening with your listings and with your sales. So want to know what you guys think down below on that. Well, let's see who we have with us. Short diatribe today. So Tommy S., I know you step away and kind of work it out to where you can skip my diatribe. Thomas S. But you're going to be a little late coming back because I shortened my diatribe today. Mike Mecco says, hi, John and Jenna and FA family. I hope everyone is crushing it with sales. Side note, I got my Ground Advantage boxes. Yay. And I think they're okay. They're good for what they are. They're quality boxes. And I think I have I forgot what it was that I listed today because I've been all over the place. But it fits just perfectly in I think it's GA Box 1 is the label on it. Joe Samard says, wow, I get the silver medal today for second. There you go. And everyone else gets a participation trophy. Thomas says, I'm always first on the Pegasus poop shoot chat. Oh, gee. Don't know why it's so hard here. I'm kidding. Relax. I'm from New York. Every day here is sarcasm. I'm just reading the comments as they're given, guys. I'm just staying here. No relation to any drama that's gone on over the weekend. Thomas S. says, already ordering my second batch of Ground Advantage boxes. Definitely taking longer than the first batch. Thomas S. says, also, I'm at least the first one to like the video. There you go. Hit the like button. Get your sale within the next 24 hours. That's what we're talking about. And regarding international shipping, on or off equals more business. I also found that changing your store handling time does seem to do small refresh of some sort. And when I'm ever slow, I do that by 1 day or so. Mm-hmm. Constantly changing things for the better. If you have a 3 days handling right now, it's always better to offer 2 because eBay sees that as a benefit to the buyer. Anything that you can do to benefit the buyer is something that eBay will reward you with, in my opinion. And it's something, it's anecdotal, but we've seen it before. Many of us have seen by making changes like that there's been a boost. Let's see. Yeah, Thomas is getting all of his points across so he can just relax. I usually like to get my points across ahead of time, usually eating dinner when the live starts. And like I said, when you get back, Diatribe's going to be already over with. You're going to be late. Derek W. Pat is with us. Nice to see you, Derek. And Keith Pitko. Nice to see you, buddy. Callie Deb says, happy Monday, everyone. I felt like my store had been turned off for 3 days and then the floodgates opened. I guess eBay had a behind-the-scenes project going on. Who knows what's happening with eBay? You can make yourself dizzy and sick trying to figure that out. Yeah. Let's see. Who else do we have here? My chat just jumped on me, so I apologize. Let's see. Shout out real quick to Tommy Z, who sent me an email about an hour ago saying, hey, don't fall into all this drama. I saw what's going on, and don't let it stress you. Blah blah. I'm not. Things are what they are, and it's. I know that at the end of the day, I know the truth. I know the truth of all that's gone down. So I'll just say that.
I have no idea what's
going on. And I haven't even told her anything.
FYI, if I look confused, I am.
Yeah.
Because I have no idea, because he's shielded me from whatever is going on.
It's not that important.
And
really.
He knows that I'll get very upset. So I have no clue what's happening.
It's not that important, honey. But I think sometimes you find out who watches your videos and who doesn't. Not saying you, honey. I'm just saying. Keith says our clocks have just gone back an hour, so we get early stream tonight. Okay. Ours
is on the
fall back next week. Next Saturday.
Weekend,
yeah. Or this week, this Saturday. Let's see. Keith says I still sell on there, but got a couple of listings. So looks like he's talking about eBay. A few listings that he throws up now and then. Mm-hmm. Nothing to worry about. No store fees and no promotion. Put an item tonight. It's sold already. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Flip It Good says happy Monday. Nice to see you, Flip It Good. And Spam Banshee.
Hello, Spam.
They didn't have their live today because they had an issue, and I was giving them a hard time. So hopefully you guys got that resolved, and we'll see you guys on Wednesday on your live. Keith says, as stated, I'll still do eBay but without a store and without all the frills, just through up listing now.
Throw up a listing now and then.
That does say through though. But I get what you're saying. Todd says, howdy, nice to see you, Todd. And Henri Squaw says, howdy, John, Jen, and FA family, chat family, just plugging along over here. Ain't that the truth? It's really strange, and I'll show you this. I normally don't show this to you, but I'll show it to you. Our sales, this is not the main store. This is the second store. This is the everything. I don't care about the STR, ASP. This is the everything store that I've been kind of reintroducing more bigger ticket items to it, but it's, I'll have $10 items in there all the way up to $100 items. But I feel like as someone who comes across liquidation and parts things out, that this kind of a store is important. This year, we're at $27,000, $271. That's sales operating. This one's operating closer to 50%. My main store is operating closer to 46% in the margins. Selling costs, it's not going to be able to tell me all of it because it's not going to be able to gauge my cost of goods. We sold over 1,100 items on here, or 1,000 items on here. up 150%. I mean, look, we're up 100%, 150%, and then our sales are actually average sales price is up to $26.97.
But it says
It's
down.
down. That's down because I've got lot more parts and things like that on this account. Now, there's going to be people going to take a soundbite and clip of this and saying this is what John really makes in the year. This is just my second store. So shame on you if you do that.
People are stupid.
27,000 there, and then here's the main store. We're at 125. So between both stores, we're over at 150,000 in sales, and it's probably close to 70 to 75,000. Free and clear. After it's your net. Total sales, including taxes, we've got 6.8% up. So we're actually increasing that number. We were up. We got down to about even, and we're bringing it back up. 1,661 items this year. That's up now. Early in the year, it was actually down. And then 75.84 is our ASP. And we're always focused on keeping that above 70. And by introducing things that are higher ASP, higher STR, and that's the way it works. And there's a viewer that used to watch this channel by the name of Joy and Silver. I don't know the other numbers behind their name, but if they're watching, they know who they are. I think they have it all wrong. They said that we should have gone back to the railroad, and they think we're only making $20 an hour, and that our efforts, aren't what they say they are. I'm not here. And I think I've said this over the weekend too, but I'm not here to pull anyone's chains. I'm not here to give anyone, misleading information. I'm not here to suck you into the idea that reselling is actually a viable way, if you do it right, a way to make a living. And I hate.
And we don't have to prove
and I don't want
thing.
Wait,
to you.
but wait, I don't even want this to come off the wrong way in that without cursing like some, because there's some but there's some kids watching, maybe, who knows. But what purpose do I have to try to suck anyone into the idea that reselling is a viable way to maybe make a full-time income if you do it right? I guess you could say maybe the idea that I could suck someone into the $2.99 membership, but I like to think you're getting a whole lot out of that because we do provide a lot of content and a lot of insight like we're going to do tomorrow, not Wednesday. And just do me a favor, guys. When you're considering who to follow and whose advice to take, always follow the money, okay? And if the most that I'm ever going to offer out there is a $2.99 membership, I've never asked you guys for super chats or money or anything like that. I just come on here, we make it a part of our schedule, and we actually look forward to it, spending time with the community. If that sounds insane to you out there, like, okay, that doesn't seem like, who the hell would want to do that, or whatever it is, then I'm sorry that you feel that way, but that's just the reality. So I don't know how we got to that point, but we have Thomas says, every time I see Flip It Good, I start singing the Devo song, Whip It Good. There you go. We got Fisher Flip says, I don't pop on YouTube much lately, but stopping in to say hi. Well, nice to see you. Appreciate you dropping in.
Yeah.
We haven't seen you in a moment. The Tampa Bay Picker says, hello, everyone. Nice to see you. The Tampa Bay Picker. Joe Samar is with us. Hello, all you fine FA folks.
Hello.
And Jody Wilbur says, hi, John, Jenna, and FA chat. Hope you all had a great weekend. I'm listening and listening again today. Yes, lots of listening and a lot of just trying to find content to play in the background to keep me focused and not feeling. I think someone had asked how everyone's doing this weekend, and I was at that point, and this was on the Discord, I was in that moment where I was kind of feeling paralyzed from just being overwhelmed by everything, not really knowing where to start or where to continue. I found myself this week kind of doing that a little bit, and it's kind of demoralizing a little bit. But I got back out there. We got back on track, and we should have this.
He's doing an amazing job. I mean, considering it's a lot of labor intensive, taking down and reassembling, it's just a lot when you're trying to run a business at the same time, and it's overwhelming, but you're doing a great job.
Well, thank you. Appreciate that.
Garage looks really nice.
It's a lot better than it was, and it feels like with these bigger racks that I have in there that I have a lot more room for storage, and that's I'm encouraged by this project because of that. So once I get this in place and I have it kind of strategically laid out, where it's going to be easy to get. Now this doesn't sound like a lot, but 500 to 600 items in my store, and if you guys have been following the program as long as many of you have, you know that I can get some pretty large items in my store.
But
so
we're trying to move away.
Yeah, we are. And I like, for instance, in the storage unit, earlier this year, one of the things that I picked up for $3.25. In the box, it's a Guardian K1 wheelchair. Okay, and it's in brand new condition. Huge box, heavy box. And I could just imagine this being every bit of $100 to ship it FedEx ground, and hopefully someone from like the furthest area of the U.S. from me, like Bangor, Maine, buying this damn wheelchair, and it's costing more than that, right? And of course you're paying fees on the shipping the buyer pays. So I thought, how can I sell this thing without it being this behemoth? So I started looking into it. And wouldn't you know that you can make more on the parts on these wheelchairs, like the brake system, which is just a couple bolts to take off, the wheels, the padding of the armrest, to the little leg holsters, the calipers, whatever the hell you want to call them, where your feet go into. You can make some pretty good money on these things as parts.
Well, you should have known that. I mean, we have so many dang parts in our store.
But that's why I did. That's why I knew to look into it, right? So it's like, what are your options? So there's more than one way to make things work, especially when the one way may seem like the only way. Now, the other option would be to try to sell it locally, the wheelchair locally. But as Archie was telling me, he was looking it up going, you're not going to get more than $30-$40 for this thing locally. And, I mean, I guess that's fine. My investment is $3.25. But one of the parts alone, just the armrests, I can get $20-$30 for. So Jane's Jungle Safari is with us. Nice to see you, Jane.
Hello, Jane.
And we have Den Decor Depot. Pegasus Mining for Views. Sales are steady, not Q4, but steady. And that's kind of where ours is. Sales are steady. And I'm not going to complain. If you look at what we were doing last year, you'll be like, wow, it's my biggest fear. So if I go last 31 days as compared to, and I don't want to slow roll you guys here in this conversation, but let's just do that. Actually go from, what is today, the 27th? So I'll just generate a report and see what it comes up with. So if I am looking at the last 31 days, we are at 14,359. This is as compared to September 27th to October 27th, okay? We are up 27.8% as compared to last year. We are up in the number of items sold by 14%. We are up in our ASP by 11.8%. So I am encouraged that this Q4 is probably going to be a little bit better than the last couple years. But, little distractions. We talk about the distractions of reselling, right? So this whole project has been a huge distraction. Fewer listings going up, right? I still have my processes in place that I do believe, with the fewer listings have still, allowed me to continue to make sales. And it's only confirmed that these processes work. But what's kind of weird is I have, like, on the second account today, we're at close to $400 in sales. On the main account right now today, we're only at 2-something. But last year, I wasn't even messing. We're at 222 on the main account. So last year, I wasn't even considering the second store as an opportunity to make money. And if I just had the $222 in sales, I would be writing today off as just a bad sales day. Like hopefully tomorrow isn't bad. But if you add the $400 from the second store, that's a $600 plus sales day. And hey, I'm not sneezing at that. So I just think it's the little tweaks that you make within what you do that, can either make or break how much money you're making in this business. So that's kind of the tweak that we've made earlier this year, and it's working for us. We got Mixed Mercantile says, hey, John and Jenna, I'm having the best month ever. That's awesome. I'd love to hear that, especially Q4. For some, Q4 is a nightmare, and like it has been for us, and for others, it's just kind of what you expect to do well. Keith says, I'm doing a repair tonight, changing some backlights in a Samsung 65-inch TV, about a 30-minute job and 60-pound charger. It's probably like around, those of you guys in the U.S., it's probably like a $75 fee for that. That's pretty good. Record Crate says, happy Monday. Nice to see you, Record Crate. Henri Squaw is with us. I received and have been using my Ground Advantage boxes. And they're good quality boxes. I like them. Flipping from the trailer, it says, hey, John and Jenna, how are you? I'm doing good. Thank you for asking. James Jungle Safari says, heck no, I have no Monday night plans. I had a full day of hanging with my 4-year-old granddaughter. I need grandma time with her. Yep, that's good. That's always a good thing to have grandma time. Spoil the grandkids. Let's see. Keith says, only 11:03 here in UK. You're an hour early. There we go. One less hour that you have to sit and waiting in the chat, because I know you get there early and you wait, so that's awesome of you. Den Decor Depot is with us. We mentioned that. Spam Banshee says they'll shop when they're restocked. Jody Wilbur says, I just finally got the bubble mailers this weekend. Boxes came over a week ago. Still no poly bags. Now there's the mailers, the bubble mailers that were like the old flat rate priority mailers, the white ones. Oh, this is lovely. Or you have the ones that are like, sort of like a, I can't even.
They're like a paper.
It's like a paperish
Paper with padded,
and they're really heavy.
Inside.
Well, this is nice. So this right here happens to be
Ground Advantage.
Yeah, no, I'm not going to show the label. But this is your Ground Advantage poly bubble mailer, right? Very large. There's a box in here. I'm not going to flip it over because this is someone actually must be a reseller, because they sent this to me.
And
a
it's
return.
on a label. It's not on a piece of paper.
Right. So they printed a label. So it's a reseller. Who knows? I don't even know what it is. We have 3 returns here to deal with, so that's always a fun way to start the week. But it is what it is. When you sell the kind of things that we sell, you're going to get returns. It's just the name of the game. No matter what you do, you're not going to be able to avoid it.
Already.
Yeah, and then as soon as you get the return,
as you get it,
they're like on you, like, get it done now. I know you may have just been handed the package, but refund the buyer now. Whatever, eBay. We got Basket Noodles with us. Nice to see you, Basket Noodle. And let's see. Jody Wilbur says, now today I'm getting the boxes again, which I don't have the room for and I didn't order. 2 more shipments scheduled this week, so hopefully I'll finally get the poly bags. Yeah.
Well, there's no poly bags.
There's not poly bags.
They're bubble mailers.
Right. They're bubble mailers like I showed you, but the other one's more of a rigid mailer. And then the other one's
it's a paper. It's actual it's almost like a craft brown paper. And it and it has lining of bubble, like some kind of bubble inside. Huh? No, they're right. Look behind you on the rack. I can get it.
Okay. Do that. Just wanted to show these guys what we're talking
Here,
about.
I'll go get one. I'll show you.
But it's weird. It feels like the one that they used here is like the oversized one. Because this feels like it's a lot bigger than the ones that we have. Bring one of the bubble mailers in too, if you can. But yeah, nonetheless, I mean, it's free, right? Can't complain about that. Michelle Kirkpatrick says, hello. Nice to see you, Michelle. And Todd says, my brain hurts. Too much analysis for my style. I just list and sell. But, you know, there's nothing wrong with, at least, you may not subscribe to getting caught up into the weeds of reselling and, you know, all this stuff. But just a general idea of what's going on, I think, is always a good idea.
Yeah, see,
this is not the same.
It's not the same size, but this is... So it's like a paper, and then it's got some kind of internal, like, it feels thicker.
It's like 6
it's very
ounces.
thick.
And it's already 6 ounces.
Yeah.
That's how heavy. It's it's already 6 ounces into your mailing label.
Yeah.
So, now, what's weird is, here's the mystery.
Ow.
So this is a return we just received, okay? You don't see any of the send it your ways on this. So this tells me that the post office, this is a 12 and a half by 19. This one here is a 12 and a half by 9 and a half. Okay,
Yeah, it's much smaller.
this is what we got from the Poshmark, and this is what apparently they got at the post office. So, look, I'm not going to show you the label, but that's kind of what it looks like. And does it say GA or Ground Advantage on it? It says XL.
It's ground.
It's just the general mailing. No, it doesn't say ground. No, the label does, but this is just a general bubble mailer that I guess USPS offers, and you can use any label for that one. So that's interesting. So if you guys have seen those at the post office, I'd like to know more about it. Michelle Kirkpatrick says, slow sales weekend for me. I mean, Saturday kind of slowed a little bit, but Sunday came back a little.
Except on the
good.
other account. The other account was rolling deep all weekend.
Talk about the second account?
Yeah. It did nicely all weekend.
See, Den Decor won't be free of paying it. There's a 30-day cookie from clicking on a promoted listing anywhere, anytime. You're right, but I'm just wondering, though, if nobody has clicked on that listing and it just came up organically for the first time, maybe you just listed it, if that would be by sorting it by lowest plus shipping, if that's going to be exempt from that promoted listing fee.
Devon, this one is small.
That's the one we got from Poshmark.
Yeah, it's very small.
12
and a half by 9 and a half.
Keith says, well, we still get the sponsored on listings here. I just checked by doing a search. Okay. Casey New York's with us. Nice to see you, Casey New York. And Jane says, when listing items and doing research, I always use the search drop down for lowest price and shipping every single time. Keith says, I'm not going to say what looks like on, but I may be something to promote safe. Yeah, well, it's the state of California. For those of you who aren't in the States, this is the state of California, and it's a throwback hat for the Angels when they were the California Angels. So that's what it is. It's not a Trojan ad. Sorry.
Or a Magnum.
Yeah, I'm not going to come on in here and say Trojan man. Sorry, I'm not going to do that.
We need Jovial back.
In it to flip, it says, I'm a little disappointed in the GA boxes. I ordered a 12 by 12 by 8. They're so much thinner than the boxes I buy. I sell glass ceramic pottery, and I want heavy duty boxes.
Mm-hmm. I think they're really. Which size do we have? Do you know?
We have both of the sizes. We have the 12 by 12 by 8. So
I feel like they're really good quality.
I think they're decent. I think they're decent now. If you're used to,
they're no Supply Hut, that's for sure. I mean, those things are really thick.
Yeah, they're not U-line or anything like that.
Yeah, but they are very nice.
You know, we use a lot of times we'll just do that as a double box situation. So the item we have is already boxed, maybe, or we use the quilted air pillows that really turn your item into a pillow before it even gets into the box. So. Keith says eBay always has a behind the scenes project going on. Yes, they do. I agree with that.
It's a constant.
BBC News 2025 says eBay is rubbish.
Rubbish.
Darn it. Just silly, bloody rubbish, I think.
Absolute rubbish.
Liz Morton says from valueaddedresource.net that ECB article is basically just a copy paste of my article.
Oh no.
Sorry, Liz. You know what? I look at yours first. I just want you to know. I look at Value Added Resource first, but I didn't see it. And I was kind of in a hurry. Then I jump over to E-commerce Bites. And, Ina's been around for a while doing this. I thought, well, you know what? That's interesting. So it got me to start doing my own little search query. And I'm like, it's not behaving the way it used to. So I'm glad you guys are on top of this stuff. So if you guys haven't done this anyway, if you have spare time and you maybe want to do a little research on reselling and stuff, go check out valueaddedresource.net, and it is your place to go for eBay, really reselling news and stuff.
Yeah.
Liz does a great job over there, so go give her
e-commerce.
go give her some support because she does a lot of good work. We have Devon. Nice to see you, Devon. And Art by Act.
Hello.
Wait, there was a search update. My sales have been explosive this weekend.
I haven't seen him in a while.
And maybe that could be part of it.
That's
I'd like to think that eBay really does want to make changes that are beneficial to. I'd like to think that are beneficial to sellers. I don't think that they're in the business of making changes for the sake of making changes. I think a lot of us kind of feel that they do. But you got to consider that every time a change is made on their website, it's money out of their pocket. It costs money to have these people do this work. Also, Liz says, to answer your question, yes, it means in those other sort options, your listings are only shown organically, so there shouldn't be a direct promoted listing fee, but it may still be a fee if Halo attribution applies. But it makes you wonder, and that's my first thought by seeing, there's no sponsor tag on any of those listings. But it makes you wonder, why would eBay ever do anything like that that's going to take money out of their pocket? Because let's say there's no Halo attribution on there, and meaning that it previously clicked into that listing. It's just a new listing, let's say. Wouldn't eBay, by not having the sponsored listing in that set of search results, run the risk of not getting that promoted listing fee, and that they would be making less as a result? Keith says, John, love the garage come work with me style video. However, I feel you could use a top-down view cam or a camera where can see you and bench so people can see what they're doing. That's going to happen at some point. I got to figure out how I'm going to do it right now. I currently have a light that kind of shines down from my photo booth area. I went and got a little clip-on. It clips on the shelf for the iPads, like an iPad holder. Where that's where I do a lot of those recordings using. But using multiple camera views, it's just a lot of editing work. And I don't mind doing that, but you guys got to remember, my main focus daily is not to be a YouTuber. It's to keep the business flowing, keep the eBay business flowing. And if I can generate a video, 30, 45 minutes of content, add a intro to it and an outro to it, and maybe a couple supporting videos or photos in the video, that's kind of all the work I really want to do, so I can get on with the business. So it's a juggling act that I'm playing. Grams and Pops Vintage. Grams says, hey, from the cold state of South Dakota.
Have you guys gotten any snow yet?
This is like Grand Rapids area? Curious.
Grand Rapids. That's your phone, and it's sitting out in the living room.
That's fine. I don't need it here. I just got a sale, by the way.
Yeah.
Basket Noodle says, unfortunately, the price of a can of soup is soon to increase to $69,000. It seems like that, doesn't it? Let's see. Basket Noodle, way to make a living. It's possible to make a full-time income on reselling, guys. Is it a glamorous way to do it? If you go and tell a total stranger, hey, what do I do? What do you do for to make ends meet? What do you do for a living? Well, I'm a reseller. They'll probably look at you like maybe you're about to ask them for a handout, okay? But the reality for those who actually know about reselling, who do this full time and do it well and do it right, and I'm not saying the way I do it is right, it's right for me, but those who know, okay? This is a viable way to make an income, and you don't have to be shamed into feeling like you're down here and other methods of making money online are up here, okay? Because what people refuse to tell you, and I got kind of called out for saying that they're called horror stories, right? But the truth is, Amazon is a very cutthroat platform. Okay, people, your competition will do some things to you that can get your account suspended, right? You can have similar competition that sells a similar item try to do things just underhanded. Not to mention, like some of the things I talked about in previous videos, you can have thousands of dollars laid out in a product, have it sent into Amazon FBA, right, as far as your whole private label thing, and guess what, guys? Someone's going to come out with a better iteration of what you just, spent money on, and your sales are going to fall off. There's so many risks, and I'm not saying it's not a viable way. Yeah, if you can do it, do it. But what I'm saying is people shouldn't be shamed into, or I think goaded into feeling like what you're doing is not worth your while, and there's other things that are better for you. Like there's the whole argument that I use is the juice worth the squeeze. Well, apparently there's some that feel like the reselling juice isn't worth the squeeze. And I can tell you that we're doing better financially now than when we had worked at Amtrak, and living paycheck to paycheck. So Jake Day and Bachelor Brad are with us. Nice to see you guys. Devon says people are so unhappy that they need to make other people feel unhappy. Dendicor, you're really wasting too much bandwidth for this guy. And you're right. I'm just explaining for those who don't know what's kind of going on, but I'm done talking about it. And you know what? There's a video that came out today by Tech and Sports of all people, right? And he said, if you're arguing with an idiot, I think this is kind of what he said, and people see you arguing with the idiot, you kind of makes you look like the idiot, right? So now whether I'm the idiot or the other party's the idiot, it just doesn't do any good for anyone. It's not a productive conversation. And for me, I know what I'm happy doing, and I know what pays the bills, and that's and no one's going to talk me off of that ledge. Jake Day says, you guys have really grown on me. Might be my favorite reseller channel. You guys and Shed Flips. Well, awesome, Jake. Nice to see you. Yeah. And I saw some of the comments. Sorry that you kind of got involved in the middle of the back and forth there, but nonetheless, thank you for being here. I appreciate that. Ended to Flip says, Jenna, stop him. Don't let one grumpy not
a unicorn or anyone else
get him down. Yeah. I'm not down.
He's not down. He's just got a lot on the plate right now, and once this whole organization project is done, he won't feel so stressed out. And I wish there was more that I could do to help him, but literally physically I just can't. I've done some sweeping, but even sweeping, I can't do that. So it's very frustrating for me to watch him be so stressed out and bothered by everything that he's got going on. It bothers me that I can't do more.
The dark place came about a week or two ago when it finally hit me that it's like, what did you do? In that I made a decision last year at this time, actually last year in November, to make the move for a storage unit when I didn't have a lot to put in there to begin with. But when we got into February, March, April, May, I started thinking that the whole point of the storage unit was to build up inventory so that I did not run into sourcing issues in Q4 like I did the last 2 years. And you guys saw, I showed you, my sales were 25% lower last year at this time because of that very reason, because I'm up against people who are sourcing at the same locations and are paying more than what I've been paying. So I just, I'm not going to overpay for product, so I'll just move on to the next item. And that led to fewer items, and I overreacted, I think, in this storage unit in doing all that I did, right? Thinking that, it was going to allow me to have extra inventory, which it has. But the sourcing right now is so good that I haven't needed to go into that storage unit. So spending $250 a month for something that's not benefiting the business, I had to unwind that. But it's just reflecting on that. And now, look, it's causing extra work is a distraction into the business. And I'm looking at trying to build my store, per se, not trying to. I think we were at right around 300 items when this project started in the main store, and I'm down to 270. And because it's a small store, we're talking 10% of my store, it's 10% smaller. 10% of my store is gone. We've got Tess Cooks for you. Nice to see you, Tess.
Phone just popped. Hello, Tess.
I'd love someone to cook for me.
Oh,
Just saying. Keith says, don't worry, John, about what people say you're earning or doing. Just get Jenna to sing the song Working 9 to 5.
no, you don't want that.
But I would never sing that song because you know what? I will wake up. I'll wake up. I'll get up at 8. I'll start pulling the things that have sold up to that point for her when she's ready to go. And I'll get out and start working. And really, aside from taking a break for lunch and maybe for dinner, I'll if you allowed me to, I'd probably work until midnight. There's been many times she'll come in here and say, honey, wrap it up. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, but
last night was one of them.
Yeah. And you just enjoy what you do. It's hard to explain because it sounds so
I think plus
wrong.
The urge to want it to be done with is also what's motivating him, is that he's trying to push harder for more hours in a day when there really isn't any. And He needs, my prayer at night is for him to get his rest, because he's just been literally burning the candle at both ends.
All 5 ends.
5 ends.
Yeah, it's sort of like when I say burning the candle at 5 ends, I mean, nobody believes that there's a 5-ended candle, but there's people out there, and this is cracking me up, and I hate to say this, but there's people out there who still believe that you can actually sell at a higher sell-through rate than 100%. Someone left that comment. I'm like, I'm sorry to disagree with you on this, but if you have 10 items and you sell 10 items, all 10, the maximum sell-through rate is 100. Okay? You can't turn that situation, I have 10 items, into somehow selling 50. Okay? To say I have a 500% sell-through rate. If you have 10 items and can find a way to turn that into 50 sales of that same item, I'd like to know how you're doing it, because it's mathematically impossible. And don't just take my word for it. Take time to go into eBay's, used to be known as Terapeak, and now it is, I'm trying to find it here real quick. It's called Product Research. And if you go into Product Research, and I think it's underneath Product Research under Selling Insights. Yes. Sourcing Insights. So right here, Research, and then Sourcing Insights. So you'll see video game consoles. Those are very, very popular, right? 17.28% sell-through rate. That seems low, right? How can that be? There's people that say that they have a 120% sell-through rate. How about home speakers and subwoofers? 10.4%. Stereos and boomboxes, 9.46. Sewing machines, 6.9. We'll keep going. Audio car stereos, 606. Saws, power batteries, wheelchairs, vacuum cleaners. Rarely any of these are over a 10%. Now, that's saying the whole category, right? So this is including good listings, bad listings, underperforming listings, better than normal listings. But even that said, you don't see any number here that's anywhere close to 100%, let alone over 100%. So don't just take my word for it. This is where eBay, by the way, Sourcing Insights, they'll put a tag, great opportunity. Eyewash stations. Now, where the hell do you get eyewash stations? We actually have one, but it's saying that this is a great opportunity. And it's odd to me because it only shows a 2.29 sell-through rate. Look, there's a lot of tools on eBay that you can actually dive into, but you're never going to dive into a tool that's going to show you 100% or higher sell-through rate, or anywhere close to 100% for that matter. Basket Noodle says, I take no prescription medications. I do sit on pickles. Okay.
What?
And that's a big deal.
Stop it.
Wow. Zelcorp says, hey, you're live. Happy day. You guys make our days better. And I've learned so much watching you guys. Well,
Aww.
Thank you, Zelcor. I appreciate that.
And you are the reason why we still do it.
It's comments like that if everyone came on here and said, you know what, I'm just watching you because there ain't nobody else on, but you guys really suck, we probably would have stopped doing this a long time ago. So thank you for that. Michael Mullet says, what's up, guys? Nice to see you, Michael. Devon says, I need to get more organized. You do feel better. It does. Yes. When you have a clean work area and a work area that's not so cluttered, you don't feel, there's been many times I've allowed myself to have a cluttered work area when there's really no need. I had enough room to have a nice clutter-free work area, but I've chosen to, for whatever reason, drag stuff in and have it in my way. And it's frustrating when you have to dance around boxes and things like that. But this whole setup here is going to be good, I think.
Yeah,
really good for the
it makes
business.
the garage look bigger for some reason. I don't know.
Christina says, hi, everyone. Happy Monday. I hit the like button and got the sale right away. There you go, Christina. And by the way, Christina, I don't recall because I have been so busy that I have not looked at I got to look at the right
Shame on you.
I don't know. I honestly don't know. If you did, thank you. If you didn't, please do. But we would like to get your shirt and your hat to you, and I don't know if you sent us the I don't see your email. So if you did, let me know if you did, and if you didn't, we need your shirt size and we need your address so that we can pass it on to Tree Cat, because we want to get your Tree Cat hat to you. And I'm not wearing it today because I've just been so busy working. But we're also going to do another drawing at the end of this show, or near the end of this show, for a Tree Cat shirt and hat. So there it is. That's the hat. So make sure you guys are sticking around for that. And also, real quick, just a plug for Tree Cat. It's a cross-listing software, and it does a lot more than just cross-listing. It's a great place if you're worried about your listings, the safety of your listings. Like if you have an item that you may come across every 6 months and don't want to have to make a new listings every 6 months, you can utilize TreeCat as a suppository for all your for all your photos and your listings, so you don't lose them after 90 days. So check out the link down below, get 2 months free, and you're going to be entered into a drawing for $100 if you get in by Friday. Friday's the last day to get in, guys. Michael Mullet says, don't think about breaking the wheelchair down. Someone donated a ton to a Goodwill near me. They had 20 on the floor. Yeah, there's the wheels, there's the front casters, there's the arm rests, and really, Medline makes the Guardian product line of the K1, K2, K3 wheelchairs, and it's only a few Phillips screws that you have to remove. There's some that have bolts, right? But it's for someone like me who's not tool savvy, it really wasn't that big of a deal to take these apart and get all the parts off. Zelcor says, my favorite people are in the group. Yes, I'm still hiding out behind Baby Ben's screen name. Okay. Awesome. Baskin says, ever since Kmart went out of business, something's been wrong with underwear.
Oh.
What's wrong with your underwear? If you're still wearing underwear that you bought at Kmart, that could be the problem.
That's the problem.
It could be a lot of droop going on.
Oh, God.
Keith says, hey, John, are you still doing Members Live Tuesday as in tomorrow? Yes, Members Live tomorrow, because I have... So the plan for me is I'm taking a little time away to go and threaten people's homes with my golf balls. And once I'm done with that venture, I'm going to come back and Archie Archie is going to maybe meet me at the storage unit again. I'm going to let him take away some of the stuff that's
You
there.
know what? Is
And
Archie here? I haven't seen him yet, but we need him to help you
I
get
feel
the
like
Christmas tree
spam
down.
right now. I feel like spam right now.
I'm so sorry.
I feel so much like spam right now.
Sorry.
But he's going to help me get some of the product here. And then Wednesday night, we're going to have, it's going to look like a flea market outside of my house because it's large item pickup day on Thursday morning.
Oh, God.
And
it's going to be a mess.
it's going to suck in the sense that there's going to be people that are going to be rifling through this. And I could just imagine what that's going to look like. So, Devon's laughing. That's always good that you're here laughing. Thomas S says Snickers box in the back. Thought that was no candy household. No. I'm not sworn off candy. But this was from our friend Jovial, who, for whatever reason, is not watching us.
No, you know the reason.
And so, this is a box she sent us as a joke because we were talking about how people were shipping stuff in their cereal boxes and stuff, right? So she made this very creative
all
box.
out of her favorite snacks, which actually turned us
I do
on
like these a lot,
to
by the
buying.
No, those aren't it.
They're similar to those. What is it? I thought she had one on here. Oh, no, that's not it.
No. It's like the Velveeta sandwich,
It's
but it's not
kind of
it.
like it. Yeah.
It's not it. So that's what that's
anyway,
about.
that's all that is.
We thought if we put it up,
it had the toilet seat in it that she custom made for us.
Josh Gold says, John, I need to send you guys a Jay's hat. The problem is, Josh, I don't really sell hats, so it would just be one extra thing
So
that I'd have to
rude.
list. Sorry. Basketball says, sup, Josh, thanks for the credits option. I'll be signing up sometime over the next few weeks. Oh, so he's added some options. That's good. So there it is. So, yeah, they're talking a little side action there. Big Dre says, I'm really happy with my new 10x 10 by 20 storage unit. Now I can start listing regularly again because I have room to organize again. My back, shoulders, and feet were sore for days after the move.
Oh.
And the cool thing is, if you can make it a productive environment, that storage unit, I mean, we're only about a mile, not even a mile away from our storage unit. So it wasn't a real big deal to get there. It was just, there's no power there. I had to pick up a power station, which I picked up for the storage unit, but I kind of have it, it's all dusty and everything. I kind of have it as something that if we ever lose power for whatever reason, it's all
Really,
dusty
that
in
is
here.
not going to do
It'll do a little bit.
jack anything.
But I had this at the storage unit, and it's like, some of these things that you are listing are like 1,000 watts, like 1,500 watts, and it's like, I don't think that's going to pull that to test the unit very well. So I'm like, okay, well, I can't use this as a very productive space. In it to Flip, it says, John, I was going through some older videos over the weekend. Are you still doing free shipping on all your big stuff? I saw the video that you said you're up 20% when you switch. Still like it. The only time that I'll do free shipping on the big stuff is if the sold comps support that. If I don't see anyone else selling calculated, and I've tried to offer that item with calculated shipping and it's not moving, I'll bite the bullet, like on some of these large like ATV windshields that we get. We get them for like $3, right? They sell for a couple hundred, free shipping, but the reality is it's going to be well over $100 for shipping. My thing is, I would be more interested in offering free shipping if we lived in the center of the country. So if you live in the Midwest, so that when you ship to each coast, it's not that big of a deal, right? But if you're shipping from one coast to the other, you can get hammered on some of these shipping fees. I've seen it well over $100, and by the time eBay gets their cut, it's almost not even worth the effort. So now, what's funny that you mentioned older videos, and I'll show it to you here, because I have a bit of a mystery.
In it to win, it says, dang it, I meant free returns when I asked that question about
free returns. Well, again, I on some of the larger items, my largest items, I won't do free returns at all, just because it's, someone's saying, again, changed mind, I don't want to be on the hook for $100 and something. But the larger ones, let's say up to 20 pounds, we will do free shipping. And of course, eBay has forced our hands when it comes to free shipping or free returns on the auto parts, right? So that 10 to 20 pound part, we just have to offer free returns, and that's just the way it is. But I thought it was kind of strange that my top content, and I'll share this with you, but I don't expect anyone to have the answer, but I've made a few videos here, but this video is from June of the top video performing video this month is a video I made in June 2nd of 2020, over 5 years ago. It's a direct liquidation pallet review and eBay sales update. I don't even have a thumbnail on there, and it is gone absolutely nuts. Oh, where's the... Oh, here it is. Look, it was doing absolutely nothing for years, and then we got to like September a month ago, and it's gone like ballistic. Isn't that nuts? And I made $113 in a lifetime of the video. So I just thought it was very strange. It's like, why? I mean, it's a direct liquidation. I mean, I haven't even dealt with direct liquidation in years, so that's just very, very strange to me. And Thomas S. Oops, I had it on the screen. I'm out for the night. Good night, all. By the way, Tommy Z didn't send that email. It was me. Good night, FAE family. Just keep these trash hats in Canada. You know, I get you guys confused because the Tommy
email?
part. Just to keep your head up. I appreciate you, Tommy.
He's not
Thomas
Tommy.
S.
He's Thomas.
Thomas. Yes, he is Thomas. But if you see the email,
Oh.
Mr. Jazz. See, I got to associate because he goes by Tommy, not Thomas on that one. So
Okay.
thank you so much for the super chat. And I guess I've put the two together now. So thank you. I appreciate it. Josh Galt says, hi, Thomas. Hi, Devon. Josh says, I think we have it excluded because some of the cross-listing service won't allow them. We tried it for a few days and it was causing issues with cross-listers and other e-com sites. So I think he's talking about his listing program. Let's see. David Pentland from Scotland says, hey, John and Jenna in chat. I'm late. The clock went back an hour. Ooh. But you're here. That's all that matters.
Yeah.
So thank you for being here. Jerry Johnson says, hi, John and Jenna. I made it.
Hello,
and we're glad that you
Jerry.
made it. Thank you for being here. Jody says there's 3 different bags. The one you showed, the paper, and just a bag with no bubble.
Oh.
But they're not.
So-
I guess there's those could be available at the USPS locations now.
Or
It's not offered on Posh though.
Do they offer them on USPS?
I don't know. Callie Deb says I got USPS Ground Advantage polymailer. So did you get them directly through Posh or did you get them through USPS? Let's see. Sidebar combo. We got Basket saying, I'm having a can of soup and a tuna sandwich for dinner. Wife's making. What a cook. Dinner made for a king, albeit a poor one. You know what? There's nothing wrong with a good tuna melt sandwich
That
and
does sound actually really
a nice bowl of soup, especially when it's cold out.
So good is tomato soup in a grilled cheese sandwich.
But I gotta say, these are some kind of meals that us poor resellers have. These us resellers who have really no money, we have to resort to. So it's the glamour of reselling. That's way over your head, and it's supposed to be because you don't know what the hell I'm talking about.
Okay.
Let's see. My chat just moved on me again, so I apologize for that. Trying to get through the chat without reading all the comments. Jakester, here's Jake, our favorite landlord, says, I have the GA poly mailers. Okay. We don't have them, so we need to get our hands on some. Josh Galt says, John and I will go up together. No Tony to stop us.
Don't bring up Tony.
You know, it's funny. You guys crack up.
No, you wouldn't.
Yeah, because if I say something and she's like, huh? I can't hear you. I'm like, listen, Tony. She gets so pissed at me. Den Decor says the paper ones are really easy to tear. I wouldn't order those again. Those heavy ones.
Yeah, I thought that's why I haven't used
I wouldn't
them.
order these again. They're just I don't like them.
Yeah, I don't like them either. They could easily have a hole punctured right through them.
Time to sell collectibles. Says hello from Maryland. John, Jenna, and FAE Monday chat.
Hello.
Nice to see you. Basket Noodle says post office puts those on shelves. They'll be shipping. Piranha eating them before they get cold. David says I have just wrapped a tripod walking stick with a seat attached. The bubble bags are great, by the way. He got some bubble mailers from Gyropack that we were able to send him. So that's awesome. And I guess the Dodgers are playing the Blue Jays maybe right now as we speak. So that could be why. You know what? When my Angels don't make it, I kind of just lose interest. You know, it's like, why do I want to watch Shohei tear it up when, you know what? If we had a real owner, he'd be wearing this hat. Duncan says, please, John, no singing. My window's still cracked. Yes. But I'm here to prove to you if it was live or if it was Memorex. Anybody remember that commercial? Let's see. Big Dre is with us. Andy Reno says... Okay. Andy Reno says, Pitco is going to say, John, happy to see me.
I'm so confused.
I don't know either. Soda City Flips says, evening all. Hello, Shane.
What?
Hello, John and Jenna.
Hello, Shane.
Hope things are going well for you, man.
Yeah.
Ping G's with us. Hi, John and Jenna. My computer shut down 6 hours ago. According to my computer clock, was just able to get the computer going again.
Oh, my gosh.
No, that's tough to work when you have no computer.
Wow.
Keith says, Jenna, did you post your address in Discord yet? Sorry, I not had a chance to check.
I responded to him. Yes.
Okay.
I did.
Derek, I had the worst sales over the last week. 2 sales. I did better last year during my first year on eBay, and I've been consistent listing every day. Not sure what's up with that. Derek.
Keep going.
Derek, here's
Just
my suggestion,
keep
buddy.
going.
Can you make the members only live tomorrow? If you're willing to show your store, we can all take a look and try to bounce off ideas to see what could be the culprit. Flipping from the trailer says, just got my sale. Hit that like button, everyone. I think that's what you're trying
They
to
don't
say.
even have ground advantage on
It's probably
USPS.
You probably get them at the post office.
Maybe.
John Rad Relic says we had $1,000 back-to-back days. If you want to sell, you have to level up and source items people want to buy. Yep. Yes, I've been saying that. And allow me to say this, guys, because I think there's some confusion, and maybe it's just people who haven't watched my channel long enough. It hasn't been since like 2023 that I've advocated for just selling everything that you can find. Now, we do have that second store, and, you know, it's like I'll list some things here and there just to get it moved and to make a few bucks, and it's working for us right now. But my focus since 2023 and what it's done to our business, it's turned things around tremendously, guys. And for those of you who know the story, I mean, it's like an old story, but it's a true story where we made a huge change into how we were sourcing and focusing on higher ASP and higher sell-through rate items. And that made the world of difference for us. And we've never looked back, and we've never advocated since that time, since February of 2023, we've never advocated to sell lower sell-through rate items. I don't care what anyone's told you. Go back and watch some of the videos and watch some of the clips that have been, you know, misinterpreted. Sometimes people will ask me a question, hey, is it possible to make a full-time living selling low sell-through rate items? And my answer is yes, and I'll stand by the answer because I can point to at least one perfect example of somebody who's actually does make that work, and they do it every day, and that's just who they are. Ken's Bins says, after great sales this weekend was horrible. So I'm wondering if maybe we're looking at like a lull. So maybe once we hit November, things are going to start getting going for some people. So let's hope that's the case. There's Tommy Z, says, Dear Fave, reselling couple, John, Tommy Z here.
Hello.
Sorry my question was such an issue with Mason. I thought you answered just fine. And see, this is the question that was answered was resellers, you know, shouldn't be afraid of giving out their source, right? So it's like, the answer that he's
Tuning
like,
out now.
if you can go to, say, Alibaba in China and say, I want you to place an order for 5,000 of these trinkets, it shouldn't be a problem to tell the world that's where you get them, and therefore other people can go and get them. But what you're, I guess, missing out on is if 10 other people go and get those same trinkets, you now have, from that same location, you have 10 competitors. I'm not interested in creating local competition, which is why I just can't give out my sources locally. And the online stuff, I'm not interested in creating competition either for that, because I put out an unboxing video for B-Stock one year. It was a great $10,000 pallet, made us good money, but I could never get another one again because I put out a video about it. So that's the reason
also, real quick, before you continue to keep running your mouth.
Me? Me?
Yeah.
I'm not running my mouth.
Keith has given out a membership.
What?
And the recipient is Jody Wilbur.
Well, awesome.
Congratulations.
Thank you, Jody. We got a sound effect for that. You don't have to clap. But I appreciate you, Keith. You're awesome. One job. Anyway, Jane says, Chicago's gotten frost on the ground. 41 degrees here right now.
Oh, well,
I'd love some 41 degrees.
thoroughly enjoying the cooler weather.
The new holiday postage stamps are out.
Oh.
And we have Cumberland Carpet Care. There's guys that buy wrecked cars, dismounted them, and sell the parts on eBay for a living. You're right. You're right about that. And it just... Sometimes you'll think, oh, this could be something I can part out. But if you don't have sold comps for it, is it worth your effort? Are you going to be the first person to try? And maybe you can corner a market that way. But a lot of times, I'm looking to see, has it been attempted? Not just the last 90 days, but I'm looking at Terapeak, which is now product research, and looking at the last 3 years. Has someone even attempted to sell this thing, this part for this item? Now, I've got a question for you guys, because I asked her this question, and I kept asking her this question because it seemed kind of like a waste for me. What is your opinion on this? She used to do arts and crafts. Her hobby was to make those tumbler cups, okay? And she'd do a hell of a job with them, by the way. And she would have all the different colors of glitter, like all in bottles, sealed bottles, like your blues, your rainbows, all the different...
They're all custom blended glitters. There's nothing original about it. It's not orange, white, red. It's all very
like
customized.
50 different bottles, right? And she's like, just throw it away because I'm not doing the tumblers anymore. And I'm like, but I'm sure someone out there would want to buy this for 30 or 40 bucks and get like 50, I think there's around 50 different colors and different combinations you have of glitter. What do you guys think? Is that, or somebody at least tell me, is that something, no, it's not worth the squeeze, throw it away? Or is it something where I could just take a photo of all these like lined up on my photo area, take a picture or two, list it, put it away, and sell it for 20 or 30 bucks? I don't know.
The shipping on it alone is going to be
it's
not
a banker's
worth it.
It's in a banker's box. It's in the size of a banker's box, so that gives you an idea of how big of a box that is. Duncan says, I hit the like and got my free INAD.
Yeah!
Awesome. Because that's what Duncan wants when he's hitting his like button. Thomas wants to know, did you guys meet working at Amtrak?
Yes, we did.
Yes, we did. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
Max Dawson says, has anyone else noticed regular listings, and my nose itching because of this fan, regular listings showing up under items found from international sellers? That is something that's been going on for years, and it kind of blows my mind. Why would eBay show international listings above more local listings? You think that eBay would want... Because, look, eBay wants the turnaround time to be as fast as possible. So why would they show someone very far away, thus increasing the amount of time before that buyer gets the item? I thought that eBay did away with that, but apparently they didn't. Basket Noodle says, I'll be the idiot. I work cheap. You are no idiot, sir. In it to Flip It says, the tech video along with his CNBC coverage was perfect timing considering what's been going on. I guess CNBC did a video with Tech and Sports. I didn't watch that piece. I watched his reply to it. I don't know if they put him in a bad light or not. But apparently he felt the need to explain himself. But I think others have been kind of going after him about some of the things that he said as well. So, I mean, look, I don't know the guy. The bottom line is this. We have one scoreboard with reselling, okay? It's not the number of impressions you get. It's not, the number of people who watch your videos because you're an eBay reseller. The ultimate scoreboard for a reseller is how much money did eBay deposit in your account that week, right? And there's only one person that can decide if that number is good enough, and that's you. Someone might make $100 this week and think, wow, I did great reselling. And someone might look at that same $100 going, man, this sucks. I'm not going to be able to make reselling work. So that's what the ultimate scoreboard is. And look, if he's able to make as much as he says he's made, then good for him. More power to him. And that should hopefully just give people an idea that it is possible, if you do it correctly, that you can make money selling on eBay. And are you going to make $1 million or more on reselling on eBay? Probably not. Okay. But if you have the drive and you have the availability of things that can make that kind of money, the sky is the limit. And you're not going to ever convince me otherwise. Record Crate says, Pitco, do you ever repair turntables? I think he can repair anything, to be honest with you. Grams and Pops Vintage says, I'm going to start some beef with John next. Our channel could use a boost. Corey, telling you right now, that media you're selling is a dead end. Okay, there you go. Now make your video. Devon says, Jenna, I hurt my back this weekend cleaning a laptop bag. I hate getting old.
Yes, I'm telling you, the slightest little wrong bend or maneuver or move could really, really hurt somebody. What happened? What is that?
Oh, man. Whoever is the name of Pegasus Clowns.
What the fuck?
Pegasus is a clown. Don't let him make you frown. He is trying to sell his class by being
An ass.
and getting attention by putting great resellers down. Well, now the words that I'm reading are coming out of my mouth aren't necessarily the opinions of the host. I'm just putting it out there. But I got to tell you, you're wrong in one thing. It's not a class. It's a 45-minute, $65 consultation, guys. Get it right. Baskedoodle says, but it's never done with robotic. I don't know what we're talking about. The idiot part?
No.
Devon says, Jenna is just like me. We don't cook.
Yeah.
But you could. And here's the thing.
Could.
I don't care if you have trouble boiling water. With so many recipes on Instagram, there's no excuses anymore, guys. There's so many good things that people now create on Instagram.
The problem is I like to only make family recipes that I have made my entire life, and he doesn't like any of them. So
it's not that I don't like them.
I cannot even make spaghetti without him coming in and trying to like stir at something.
Here's the problem, and here's the debate about spaghetti, and we're not going to go that. We're not going to go any further about food in this live stream. Is it wrong to make spaghetti and before one drop of it served, you're mixing the sauce all into the noodles? The sauce should be added to the top of the spaghetti, not mixed together like you're 3 years old. Now remember, one thing you got to understand is, I will make her a perfectly good steak, and she will cut it into 1,000 little bitty bites, because that was done for her when she was a kid, so therefore she needs to continue that. So the kitty spaghetti and the kitty steak is not how you eat.
Okay, for one, I have no gallbladder, therefore I cannot digest steak. So I have to cut it up into small pieces in order to eat it. It is not a...
You were doing that before you got that thing removed. I'm just telling you that right now.
What does that have to do with...
Because you're using the gallbladder as an excuse, and you had the gallbladder, and you're cutting it into pieces.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did.
Everybody cuts their steak with a freaking... so that they can eat it. You don't eat it whole like a caveman.
You don't put them in the little tiny, teeny pieces where it's like, okay, what's the point of chewing at this point?
That.
Baskin Noodle says, I have to eat my dinner and feed Snake Puskin. Take care, all. God bless.
Oh, boy.
Thanks for being here.
Good night, B-Nudes.
John Alashit says, hi, John and Jenna. I do custom woodworking and have some end grain cutting boards on eBay. Haven't had the best of luck selling them. Do you know anything about selling and shipping on Etsy? I do know it's probably the best place to take your one-off items that they call them custom, like your boutique items, right?
Yeah.
And anything custom's pretty much going to be one-off.
Yeah, whenever I buy anything custom, which is almost every year for Christmas, I buy everything off of Etsy. Which has kind of had its ups and downs.
Jenna can cook John cheese on burnt toast, says Duncan.
I can cook. Just because I don't doesn't mean I can't.
Graham Bates says, hey folks, jumping in a little late, going to do here we go, 1.75 speed catch-up. Well, thank you for doing that. I always wanted to be a chipmunk. Let's see. Grams and Pops Vintage. Corey says, what if I sell the same item 3 times because of returns? What's the math on that? 1 item, 3 sales equals I suck. But in reality, no. You're selling, it took you 3 times to sell that 1 item, but you're still selling that 1 item. So you sold that first item, you had to give a refund. So you have not made a sale. You just wasted your time. You relisted it. They sent it back. You had to refund. You wasted more time. And finally, you made the sale, but it took you 3 attempts. Thank you very much.
So the equalization is on that item that sucks.
You had 3 strikes. You had 3 strikes in your at-bat, and you finally made contact on the 3rd one. That's still 1 at-bat. Big Dre says, I don't sell soda, but I'm buying some for the family. It's called Poppy Punch Pop at $4.91 a 15-pack, and they sell for $5 a can on eBay, so I don't know. Maybe time to think about reselling that punch.
What the heck?
That Poppy Punch.
Poppy Punch Pop. What is that?
I don't know. You got to look it up. Devon says, sourcing insights, I need to read these. Yeah, it'll give you ideas like, here's some things to look at, maybe consider selling. And a lot of times when you pull up that report, it'll actually kind of go into or cover some of the things that you have sold. And maybe it's kind of there to help either confirm that maybe you did make a good buy to resell, and maybe you should, consider not buying that again. And I think that may be something we dive into tomorrow a little bit on the time we take at the Reseller Roundtable Members Only Live, where we kind of dive into individual stores and maybe looking at some of the categories to see that could be part of it too. You might be selling things that are in a slow category.
So I know what Poppy is. Poppy is that probiotic or prebiotic soda, but apparently it's the flavor is Punch Pop. That's pretty popular.
Record Crate says, I do have a YouTube channel, Pitco, mostly showing records. I hope to catch you live tonight on YouTube. There you go. Mm-hmm. Go check out Pitco channel. Go check out Record Crate's channel if you like media. Yeah. Rad Relic says, I had a guy wanting me over to overnight a firefighter helmet for a Halloween costume.
Nope.
And I said, nope, not getting that return on November 1st.
Absolutely.
And honestly, if I was a seller of costumes, which we used to be when they came in the Amazon pallets, I would hate selling those costumes after the 1st of October. I would do whatever I could to get them sold by the end of September so that they couldn't do the Halloween flipperoo on me. Because that's where we're getting all these costumes.
It's so annoying.
You're going to get a lot of costumes here in a couple months on Amazon pallets because people are doing that very thing.
Yeah.
Kenneth Oros says, that a big deal? Yes, it's a very big deal. Yes. Keith says, John, don't you even dare to stop doing YouTube. You're not allowed to stop by the order of the FAE community. I'm not considering it. Look, there's people out there, unfortunately. I think the statement that this one person had said in the video back and forth is, you're not going to please everyone. You really shouldn't try to please people. There's going to be people who just hate the sound of my voice. I'm one of them. But at the same time, They're not going to like what I say, how I say it. Maybe it's some of the conversations I've had where talking about high sell-through rate has really turned people off. And, you know, I'm not here to piss anyone off. I'm really here just to share my experience. And the truth be told is I don't have experience of selling 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 5,000 items in a store. I don't have that perspective. If push came to shove, would I go that route? Sure. It's certainly not something I would avoid like the plague, but that's not my situation. My situation is hunting out items that have high sell-through rate and high ASP, and that's the model that's worked for me. And you know, I'm only here to share that with people. So hopefully people can just respect our differences. You know, if you're looking for an echo chamber, I've been accused of being part of the group of reselling YouTubers who are trying to build an echo chamber. I'm not trying to build an echo chamber at all. The common denominator that we have is that we all sell on eBay, and I'd say the vast majority of us do it differently. And there's nothing wrong with that. I am not here to try to build a group of people who agree with what John does, because frankly, I don't want any of you to do what I do. It's just going to make it a lot easier for me if you did your own thing. Maylene says, "Hi, John and Jenna. I'm curious, what is your daily gross goal?" So for me, it's more about not the number of items I'm listing, but it's more about the value I'm putting into my store. So depending on the day and how busy I am, I want to get at least $750 to $1,000 of product in my store. That's the goal. Now, I've kind of publicly stated I'd like to see, as a result of that effort, I'd like to see, as I build this thing, to get it over 500. We've done that, over $500 a day. I then up the goal to 600, and we're kind of back and forth teetering on that. $600 in sales a day, operating at a 45 to 48% profit margin. That pays my bills. That gives me money in the bank. That lets us go to the movies. Like, we're going to go to the movie on Friday. I have no idea what we're going to see, but you know, it gives us a chance just to do things and not be bound by a 9-to-5 schedule, not be bound by anybody else's expectations. We could just do what we want. And I think that is there's a price on that. The freedom that you can't equate to anything else. You can't, I mean, how much is freedom worth to you? Is it worth $200-$300 a day in sales? I mean, I don't know. You could put a number on it. But for us, you guys followed us back in 2022. Between 2020 and 2022, it was our roughest time as resellers, where we were driving Uber Eats and stuff to supplement because we were selling the wrong things. We didn't have good stuff to list, and that was hurting us. So it's a numbers game for sure, but you got to make sure you have the good stuff that you're listing, because if you're just listing $1,000 worth of stuff that people don't want, it's still going to be a struggle. Hopefully that answers your question a little bit. Andre Squall says, how about a Flippin' Ain't Easy hat giveaway? I'd like to get one of those. I have one. It's really old. I'd like to get better hats created, so that's something we're probably going to look into as well. Yeah. But the kind folks over at TreeCat, they invested a lot in this merch because they're trying to get their brand recognition out there, and they do sponsor this channel. So I am more than happy to promote them whenever I can, because they've been great to us. So they're great people, and I really do think that they have a great product over at TreeCat. And the cool thing about it, the whole thing, is we've been allowed to be a part of some of the developments in the software, and it's really coming from a reseller's perspective. So, yes, reselling suppository. Yes, just be careful. So it's a lack of the right word. I apologize. James Jungle Safari says, TreeCat confirmed that I got 2 months for free. There you go. Let's see. Brad Relic says, TreeCat should reach out to me. I would love to do a video on it and give my honest opinion. Well, if they're watching, they will reach out to you, but why don't you reach out to them? Go over to their website, treecat.io.
I saw possibly Michelle in the chat, but
Okay.
I'm not right there.
Okay, so there it is. Tree Cat's watching, so I believe it's Michelle. So contact them directly if you want to do that. I'm sure they'll be happy to work with you. Let's see. Trying to get away from some of the sidebar convos here. Josh Galt says, "Hi, Tree Cat." And Red Relic says, "Tree Cat, I will check I get a ton of email that I might have missed it. I would love to try out a cross-lister. We do around 10K a month in eBay sales, and I think the cross-listing would pump up those numbers." Mm-hmm. And Rad Relics, from what I know at least, the only code that works to give you 2 free months is mine. So use the one down below. It's FAE. And of course, if you go to treecat.io, you can sign up there and find my code. That'll give you 2 free months, but only if you sign up within the next few days by the end of the month. And anyone who signs up is going to be put into a drawing. I'm giving away a $100 gift card to one lucky person who signed up. Marvar says, "Nice box." Yes, that's a cool box that Jovial made for us. Yeah. Let's see. I think I saw Paul Rose. Where's Paul Rose? Paul Rose is there hanging with us. Nice to see you, Paul.
Hi, Paul.
Let's see. Spam is with us. I don't know if Pit is Primo with us. I'm not sure. In it to flip it says, "Dang it, I meant free returns when I asked that question about giving you a 20% bump." I do believe free returns is optimal if you can make it work. Grams and Pops Vintage, 1-800-2-EASY. Yep. Devon says, "I love finding things that sell well in your death pile. I sold a Coach bag with a defect on Posh for $125.
Nice.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Wait, Jimmy D.
Jimmy D says, "Hello, moderate sales, listing, or moderate sales. Moderate sales, but keep pushing, listing." I got to tell you guys, I haven't got a chance to hit my quota on my listings over the last week and a half. I list throughout the day, but I'm also every day taking 10% of my store, ending them, and it's the oldest 10% of the store, ending the listings, doing a relist and editing. Maybe it's the title, maybe it's the price, maybe it's bumping the promoted percentage up a little bit, or adding offer, doing something to the listing and relaunching it. I get that 12 to 24 hour boost where it shows new listing next to it. You get a new item boost, and it's better than allowing your items to become stale. And so maybe you should try that, and you could turn your moderate sales into above average sales. What are you laughing about?
I'm just in it to flip it is just on a roll.
Rad Relic says, "I have found that sharing your shipping discount with your eBay customers seems to pay off." Yep. Mm-hmm. I encourage others to give that a shot. And when someone asks you a question about, your shipping or whatever, let them know that you're passing on the discount you're getting from eBay so that you're not trying to rip them off on shipping. Jimmy D, "Did you make a video on how to get the Grand Advantage boxes? Sorry if you covered this already. I missed it." Yes, we did. We did make that video. In fact, it's one of our better performing videos. If you check it out here, this is where a lot of people got pissed off at me. But yes, it looks like that. We've had 11,000 views on that video. But there you go. My next video is really going to be at almost 28,000 subs. We're at 27 and change. How much does a YouTuber make on YouTube per month? I'm going to show you guys that, because I feel like there's a lot of people out there who think that this revenue that we make from YouTube is going to replace what we do on eBay, and it's not even close.
No.
It's not even in the conversation. Paul Rose says, "I feel the need to eat a whole pack of biscuits, but I shall be watching."
Biscuits.
Just don't tell Archie. Rad Relic says, "Weird how a video will just go crazy like that." Yeah, I just went nuts. It's almost like
nowhere.
Someone posted it somewhere.
Yeah, that's what I asked him when he said it.
I didn't at all. Grams says, "Love when an old video pops off. Our Barbie video did that a while back." And it's just strange. It makes you, it makes you look at it and going, "Wow, there's no thumbnail. Should I add a thumbnail, or should I just leave it the hell alone?" So I chose to leave it alone at this point. Rad Relic says how to and similar videos like that can just take off at any time. That's why I think, videos that help people on a certain topic, these videos they're called evergreen. So people go onto YouTube looking for where can I find liquidation? And my videos will pop up.
Oh, Biscuit Butt heard that we had biscuits in the chat.
Pitco says when videos go crazy like that, it shows what people currently are looking at. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Graham Bates is looking at your numbers. Seems your second store is diversifying your sales. Yeah, it is. It's really, there's some days where it only does like $75, and there's some days like today it just goes crazy for no reason. The truth be told, though, is I have more merchandise that fits the second store than I do for the main. So that is the challenge for me, to continuously get enough items that are going to average me $75 or higher after shipping, because the shipping's calculated. So you might see a $50 item in my store, but after the shipping is added in there, it's over $75. Graham did get boxes and large poly mailers. I got the small ones today. Awesome. Use them. Don't be afraid to use them when you need them, and you don't have to be shipping just Poshmark to use these. Mm-hmm. Rad Relic says, woohoo, guys, I sold a $30 hat and $20 jeans. Hit that thumbs up. I'm telling you guys, hit the like button. Get your sale within the next 24 hours. John Jones says, I'm just putting this here at 7:03 p.m. Eastern to see how long it takes him to get to my comment. I'm 30 minutes behind. Wow. Big Dre says, my storage unit is climate controlled, has a light inside as well as 2 outlets, and it's by the door, so it's easy to load and unload stuff. That's awesome. I went out in my shed and I put in a solar powered light that I have. Motion detecting light too. So when you open the shed door, the light pops on. It's great. It was like a $15 thing on Amazon. Jakester says tuna doesn't melt.
No, it doesn't.
It could if it's hot enough.
But the cheese does.
Irish Squad, no Poshmark has 3 poly mailers. I don't have those Ground Advantage poly envelopes. So we haven't tried to go back and order anymore, though. In it to Flip says, I have to stop watching my Monday night auction. I've already spent $875.
Oh, my. Wow. Turn it off.
Yeah, that's going to cost a little bit too much.
That's a lot.
A lot is how far I'm behind is a lot.
Yeah, well, that's normal.
Here we go into turbo mode. Flipping from the trailer says, what's up?
Hey, flipping from the trailer.
Jody Wilbur, what time is the members live tomorrow? I will set a reminder to attend. It's at the normal time, 3 p.m. Pacific, 6 p.m. Eastern. Eric Bressy says, good evening, everyone. Nice to see you.
Good evening, Eric.
Callie Deb says, we just got issued a heat advisor in SoCal.
Oh, what?
You keep that on the other side of the state. Yeah, you keep it
on the other side of Mount Charleston. I don't want it.
Let's see. James Jungle Safari, sell the glitter. Yes, I don't throw away virtually anything if it can make $1. Henri Scott says I would sell the glitter. Use a flat rate box if it's heavy, but I sell everything. It's not really all that heavy. Really, it's not.
It is heavy.
It's not all that heavy. I'm promising you it's not. I was the one lifting the box. It's not that heavy. Ping says, yes, I believe someone would want to buy all that glitter. And 100% John, online sales is the eye of the beholders. Yes. Let's see.
Oh.
I'm going through getting out of the sidebar combos. Graham says, I might be late to this, but the word is repository. Yes, I'm sorry. So it is repository. Tree Cat is a repository for your listings. I don't think they will.
Did you say suppository?
I think I did. Talk to the people.
What the hell?
Talk to the people.
I guess I missed it. I had to step away for a second. Let's see. In it to flip it. In Italy, they mix it. In the U.S., we don't. I have always grown up where we've mixed the spaghetti. It's going to be mixed anyway. I want all of my noodles coated with sauce. I don't want them naked.
So guys, we're talking about a box like this. I'm not going to get it dumped. I'm just showing you guys it's a full baker's box.
There is such a plethora of.
Now, we're not talking, they're not all full, but I mean.
No, they're not all full.
How much did this cost you to get in the first place?
Well, that's irrelevant.
It's not irrelevant because if you spent all this money on it, there's somebody out there who would probably spend.
Look at how pretty it is. Just look at it. I love glitter.
And I told her, I said.
Oh, look at this one.
Oh God.
It's rose gold. It's got big flakes and little flakes.
See, I told her, I said, why don't you get back into doing your cups?
Nah.
And she's like, no. She won't give me a reason why, but she just won't do it.
It's it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work.
Sure. But you enjoy doing it, right?
Yeah. I thought about maybe doing something different.
Passing the sidebar convos as I speak. Basket, that's right, John. But if you can do millions, people do it. But you can do millions too. Yeah, I mean, look, I'm not here to hold you guys back. I just want you guys to know, look, this isn't a channel of, where it's kind of been depicted of where misery loves company. I'm miserable as a reseller, therefore I need company and I want to keep you down so that I don't feel bad about being kept down. No, this channel is about how do we help each other get better. And I think that's what this channel does. I mean, just by simply seeing what I do and, evaluating, is that something that I can apply to my business? And in some cases it's no, and some cases it's yes. Let's see. Devon says, Jenna, my husband comes in the kitchen and starts controlling me when I'm cooking. It drives me nuts.
Yes, it drives me freaking bananas.
And Spam's got it right on. Sauce on top. Oh, no. Yes. But Ken will say, mix the sauce in. LOL.
Thank you, Ken.
Jody Wilbur, we do noodles and sauce separate in our family because the battles over it years ago. So if you want the mixed up noodles and sauce, pour it over and just mix it to your heart's content. There you go. Nick Rinaldi says, I like sauce mixed in. Let the noodles coat the spaghetti. I don't want to be left with a naked noodle.
Yes, I don't want any naked noodles.
So then what's wrong with allowing the person eating to figure out what they want? Do you want the sauce on top or do you want to mix it? And if you want it mixed, you mix it yourself.
I'm sorry, but my mom never gave us an option. It was, you eat what I make and that's it. There's no...
Good thing your mom's not here anymore. At least she's here, but she's not in our house. She's not in the house. Well, I guess we do have beef now. Spaghetti gets mixed with sauce. The extra sauce goes to the top. There is no other way except wrong ways. Record Crate, pasta on the sauce. I love it. Because, see, if you have the pasta on the sauce, you have like a heap of sauce on the pasta.
And then you have to...
You have your bread, and it's a good place to dip and get all the sauce on the bread.
No, you take the garlic bread and you scrape it around and you dip it.
Oh, you don't cut that into little pieces?
Fuck off.
Jane's Jungle Safari says, I mix my sketty and sauce. I make a big pot and put individual meals all mixed up.
Yep. All mixed up.
Henri Squash is on top.
When it gets put away and for leftovers, it gets mixed up.
So it just really depends on what you want. I mean,
Rachel Ray mixed it together. That
Basket Noodle says, poetry time. Pegasus talks down. He always seems to frown. Using more verbs than nouns. Wasting time blathering out sounds. Living in YouTube town. It's impossible to find flat ground. Yes, and he's going to be performing at... Just put us where we're going to be performing. Food Fight. Nice to see you. Joe... Jody's just layering and mix. Grams and Pops, vintage. Corey says, if you don't mix it in, you can't have spaghetti casserole the next day, and that's the best part. But you can mix it all together when you're putting it away for leftovers, right?
Yes, it's always.
Steven, SNS Bargain Barn. Sounds like you're going to be on the couch for you tonight, John.
No.
I don't do the couch. And we have a new shed, and I'm not going to be in the shed. No. I promise you. Duncan says, I got to post my stuff, John. Don't work too hard. You need some downtime.
You can do it!
Well, thanks for being here, Duncan. We appreciate you. Jane says, I can't tolerate red meat. I have no gallbladder either, but diverticulitis is nasty when I'm in a flare. So easy to digest items are best for me. No steak ever.
Yeah, it's very difficult for me to digest steak. I don't eat it very often.
In it to flip it says, I have that poppy in my Amazon wish list, and it's usually about $30 for a 12-pack, but sometimes it goes down to $15.
Wow.
Jody says, my son only eats the noodles a lot of the time, so we don't have a choice anymore. He makes them fancy with spices and stuff instead of sauce. Works for us. There you go. That sounds good. Blue V2, hey there. I've been checking on the great spaghetti debate. Sauce on top for the original serving, mixed in when there's leftovers. I agree with that. And try making carbonara. That's, yes.
Yeah.
Robert Moody says they're asking $5 a piece, but I don't see any sold. Be sure to check solds.
Yeah.
Christopher Nutter. Nice to see you, Christopher Nutter.
Christopher!
Basket Noodle says last Halloween after kids' neighbor were drinking down scotch when one brought over, hours passed and one of them threw her glass at another, causing a bloodbath.
Oh my gosh. That's terrible.
Debbie Shukar says, hi guys, when you list on TreeCat, do they separate both your eBay accounts so that you can distinguish between the two accounts? So currently it's set up to where it'll link up with one eBay account, but they're working on adding multiple accounts. So stay tuned on that. That's something that I had suggested because we have two accounts and I'd like to be able to, it's one of those things that's really cool, a cool feature that once they have it implemented, it'll be like I have this item here and I don't want to just relist the thing on a new account and have to do the whole listing. So maybe I could just push it over through the software within seconds. And that's going to be one of the cool things about it.
Yeah.
Let's see.
That's the
Ready
one
to
I
flip
was
it.
laughing.
The Flying Donkey is doing it for views and he doesn't think there's enough interest in people paying for his selling model. So he has to bash resellers. He is so transparent. It's laughable. Yeah. But I'm glad you guys see it for what it is, and it's not just me trying to convince you guys. Guys, look, I mean, follow the money.
Yeah.
Angel says, what's your favorite food for Thanksgiving?
Stuffing.
Smoked turkey.
Smoked turkey and stuffing.
Basket Noodle says, I found the winged horse
My
on
own
YouTube.
family's stuffing, not the box crap.
Yes. I found the winged horse on YouTube. He seemed rather have a screw loose, so I tuned out his head and near crapped my bed, and now my shoes are glued poo. Is that your poetry?
He's trying
my
so
goodness.
hard.
Tree Cat says new hat and t-shirt designs too.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, imagine telling everyone else that they're wrong so you can make a few bucks shilling your class. Yeah.
It's pathetic.
And you know what? I promise
just
you,
pathetic.
I think he's watching this because I did get a reply on one of my comments in the video. So that's fine. Pegasus says, I sell over 100K a year on eBay and I don't have to make rage bait content to make a living. And there's so many good resellers that don't even have a YouTube channel.
Yeah.
And don't need one. And if truth be told, if I didn't have a YouTube channel, I probably would be making a lot more money on eBay right now. YouTube does pay, but I think there's a misconception that it pays a lot more. And I'm trying to find the comment.
It pays well, and it doesn't.
Um,
Derek LaRue sent 20 Flippin' Ain't Easy gift memberships.
wow, thank you.
Wow. Thank you so much, Derek.
Want to read who
So,
got it?
let me go. We've got Record Crate, Lemon Picker, CK Postcards, Rhiannon, haven't seen her in a while, Midwest Picker, Julie Henley, Cyfor, Gem Flipper, Harbor's Hope, Upstate Picker, Mandy, Mr. Sadie, E111, Joanne Moore, Bobby's Kicks 2023, Bold Finds, The Disgruntled Octopus, Ernie 8-Bit, Time to Be Refined, Dark Side Droids. Wow.
Yeah.
That's a lot. Thank
you so much, Derek.
much.
You're awesome. We have
That
now
was so nice of
122 members on the channel. So that is awesome. You know what? If you're a member, if you have a green on your name, that means you're a member. Go and check out some of the videos we've done, either the standalone videos or just the members only lives. I recommend those because there's so much information just by looking at other people's stores and looking at best practices. It's a cool thing I like to do. So thank you guys so much for that. Thank you, Derek. You're awesome on that.
Was really
Let's see. The best biscuits are butt biscuits.
Ew.
And Archie says, I want to know when Vad is Rad will expose the guy that has pegging in his name. I don't know. I don't know, but I'm here for it. Baskin Noodle says, it's easy. You just tell the folks running the garage sale can make more if I sell them on eBay. They ask if I come on health insurance just live.
I think you had to have read them.
If I come with health insurance. So this is what this is. I'm glad you made that analogy. All right. This whole thing that's been going on about you as a reseller are kind of being held back by channels like me when you could be doing the private label stuff is the same as going to a yard sale going, you're a bum selling this item for $2 because I'm going to sell this thing for $20 because I'm going to buy it from you and sell it for $20. It's similar to that, right? I love that analogy. Biscuit Butt says, I hit the like and sold the $450 live in 2 hours.
Nice.
That's awesome.
Good job, Archie.
Vegas is still hottish. 83 degrees. I'll take it. It's better than the 115 I had to live with.
I'm really okay with what's happening with the weather right now.
Let's see. more basket noodle stuff. Yeah, it should be a suppository, a repository. That was my bad. Just
I didn't even catch it either.
I missed that day in high school. I ditched with the friends. I'm sorry, we just didn't catch up. Basket Noodles says, cool mega bottles of eyeliner bling.
No, it's not.
And RG says, I missed the Glitter Gulch in Vegas.
The Glitter Gulch? What's
That used to be downtown over by over where the Circa is. That's where it was.
What is it?
It's a strip club.
Oh.
Chaos for Hire. I recently found you when I searched for what I do for a chargeback. I have
won
Won
all
all
three.
three
I have gotten within the last 90 days. Nice.
There you go.
That's good.
And if you follow the processes and you make a case, one that the buyer can't refute, and a lot of times sellers just don't want to be bothered with it, and they just, say whatever. I'll either give them their money back or I'll fight it, but I won't provide the information that eBay's asking for. And those who do are going to find themselves winning most of the time. Pegasus Clown says, only a monster will put the sauce on top. Well, I'm a monster then. Jody Wilbur says, I had to get rid of my glitter after I put some in my brother's cart a few years ago and he opened it at work. Didn't go over well.
Fun fact. My Aunt Sharon, she's since passed away, but every single birthday card would have confetti in it. Every single one. All of the kids, all of the nieces and the nephews and the grandkids and everybody got it. It was wild. So you knew if you got a card from Auntie Sharon that it was going to have confetti in it. It was quite funny.
And then glitter on the hookahs and sauce on the sketty. Record Crate says, no, you got to put the sauce in the bowl first and then the pasta on top. That's kind of odd. Well,
it's not. Because then it gets the noodles.
I want quick access for my bread to soak into the sauce. Graham says, Jenna, never be ashamed of mixing your sauce with noodles and the way we heathen New World people eat.
Yes.
Devon says, I would hang out in the shed.
Hey, it's not
It's
terrible.
not a bad shed. It's really not.
It's actually a pretty cool place to sit. I mean, if you really want to get away from...
Ooh, I don't like to see this.
What?
So Big Dre says gold and silver are crashing. So this might be the last chance to get it at a low price.
Say, huh?
I don't want to see that. How's it? Why is it? Ooh, I don't want to call that a crash.
That's not a crash.
Well, it was at 4,300 at one point, and as you can see, it went down.
It did go down.
Over the last 5 days, it's gone down like $345. So, that's no good. Cha-ching! Todd sold a $475 art print. That's awesome.
Nice!
And we got Duncan. Oops. I clicked away by accident. John, don't overdo it. You need to have some downtime and get some food delivered, sponsored by KFC.
You can do it!
Thank you there,
Thank
Duncan.
you,
We appreciate
Duncan.
you, buddy.
And no KFC.
Southern
I'd rather
Vermont
have spaghetti.
Grown says, we are having spaghetti tonight and goulash tomorrow.
Ooh.
Not hybrid goulash tonight. Sauce on top. There you go. Sounds good.
Sounds good, actually.
Paul Rose says,
I love sausage in my spaghetti.
Paul Rose says, I'm back full of custom custard creams
Oh.
with added nicotine and caffeine. Who needs sleep?
I swear you guys don't eat or you don't sleep in the UK. I think it's like something only the Westerners do.
Baskin says, hey, real Italian restaurant puts the sauce on top. If a real Italian chef see you mix it, he go, aye, what do you do to my noodles? And proceeds to slap the crap out of me. Yes. And I don't want to be slapped by
Well, if any chef saw me after I received my bowl of pasta, they would probably remove me from the restaurant.
Jane Jungle Safari says, hello, Tree Cat. Michelle and Michael are very helpful until my computer crashed. Oops.
Yeah. They have helped me through a lot of issues I had in the very beginning with my new computer.
Eric, we do a membership for the channel, $2.99. I'm not trying to fleece anyone. I'm simply putting that there because if I did the members only live roundtable for the masses, we'd have a bunch of unserious people, and we'd have a lot of trolls, and we'd have people that were attacking, like, oh, that store sucks and stuff like that, when people are just trying to share their store with other people. To get to get some advice on how to do better. And it's not just me giving the advice, it's the other people in the chat that are there to help support and say, hey, I'd try this or do this differently. So it's being involved in those roundtable lives that are, I think, certainly rewarding. And I also from time to time will do a video where I don't think the masses really care to watch what I have to say, but I'll put one out for the members, so we have some of those as well. Paul Rose, very generous, Derek. Yes, that was awesome. Between the super chats and the members, you guys are awesome. I appreciate that.
I mean, not even taking that away. You guys are awesome.
Oh,
yeah. I mean, we have
that goes unsaid.
We have seriously the best group of.
And you guys are here despite my issue with grammar and telling you guys about all these suppositories and stuff. Big Dre says, this poppy soda is good, but my wife told me they're in a lawsuit because they are not actually probiotic, and so maybe that's why it was on sale. They're just doing a fire sale of their stuff.
Yeah, I did hear they are in a lawsuit. I just don't know what the claims were.
Killboy 20 the 100 says lucked. Lucky tea or luck tea?
Lucky because everyone got a lot of people.
Oh, okay. Basket Noodle, if Peggy is watching this, then he has way too much of something on his hand, and it ain't time. Graham says, caught up to live an hour later, no more Chipmunk John. All right, so I can slow down for you.
No, please.
Try to watch it slow. It sounds sounds like we really have a drinking problem. Paul says, speak for yourself, John. I'm not here for the pegging. Yes, Derek W. Pat agrees. The members' lives are a great resource of helpful information. Yes, I wouldn't have a membership if I couldn't feel like we could provide something to the masses or the folks who actually decide to be a member. I wouldn't even have a membership. I'm not going to. And this is not a knock on channels that do, but the idea of we have a membership so people can support the channel. But if I'm not willing to do anything for that, I'm not going to have it. JRKR 1964 this is very late, but I wanted to say hi. Well,
hello, Jen.
Thank you for saying hi.
Yeah.
We're glad that you stopped by. Biscuit Butt says, I thought it was just a bar. I was wondering why I had to pay $20 to dance.
Oh my god.
Carla Olson says, Jen, I was watching you, waiting for you to yell at John for suppository.
Oh, you were? I didn't even catch it.
Jimmy D says, I heard John say something about feeling like spam earlier. Thanks, John. Spam and eggs for dinner. It was awesome.
Oh my gosh.
Spam and eggs for dinner.
I have never eaten spam.
Paul Rose says, if I didn't cook myself, I'd starve. Although calling it cooking is a stretch. Gordon Ramsay, I ain't. But I have Gordon Ramsay's pans. And those are awesome, by the way. I am a cooking snob. Duncan says, USDS flippin' easy ain't. Special price membership if you know where to send your dollars.
That's right.
Basket Noodle says, yeah, I'm not needing of selling education. I began online in 95 and when eBay was auction web. Mm-hmm. And if you know how to do it right, you don't need a course.
That's right. All of the information is free on YouTube.
Pegasus Clowns, John will have you shoving all kinds of weird stuff in your backside. Yes. Pinko says it's fun to listen to it in different language on the replay. Now that would be interesting. I'd have to do that, but I'd lose interest after a while because I'd have no idea what I was saying. So here's what I want you guys to do. I want you guys to put in a number between 1 and 300 right now.
Oh, we're doing another
We're going to do another one for Tree Cat. And it's a hat and a shirt. You're going to need to provide the size of that shirt. So, don't leave me hanging and not knowing what that is. Let me do something real quick here. While you're doing that, I'm going to ask AI, give me a random number between 1 and 300. Put the result in big, bold, even though it never does, numbers. So, here's the rules. If the number is, say, 100, and we have someone that put 102 and someone that put 98, 98's going to win because they didn't go over. That's the tiebreaker. But it is still the closest to it. So if 102 is the closest to 100, then that's the winner. And here's the thing. I'm going to play this Tree Cat little advertisement because they are the ones sponsoring this. And then we'll get to the drawing. You hear us talk about Tree Cat a lot on this channel. And yes, it's a cross-listing tool. They support eBay, Mercari, Poshmark. They just added Whatnot. So many features like how about the ability to end your items if it sells on another platform? How about scheduled relist? So, even eBay doesn't offer that, where you can schedule an item to relist every so many days, weeks, or whatever it is. How about the ability to have a library of your listings where eBay only keeps your listing 90 days? TreeCat will keep your listings and your photos indefinitely. So they're adding new features all the time. And the cool thing right now, guys, is between now and the end of October, if you use my code FAE, you will get 2 months for free. That's right, 2 months for free. The cool thing is, if you decide to stay with TreeCat, which I think you will, you only pay as you sell. So if you don't make many sales, you're not going to pay much. There's no monthly fees. There's no sign-up fees or anything like that. But use my code FAE to get 2 months for free. What are you waiting for? So what are you waiting for?
Keith, what are you trying to do to me?
So here's the deal. Duncan just kind of disqualified himself. So
hold on, Derek's in there. Put
okay.
Derek LaRue.
So if you put the number twice, we're gonna go by the first number that you put. So go down with the results. So here we go. I'm going to put this on the screen and take this off. Okay, and then we're going to run it. So here we go. 147 is the winner. 147 is our number right there. 147.
Pegasus clown so far.
Oh, really? That would be funny. So, we're... Baskin says, Snake Puskin is very upset by references to trees and cat. Volume was a little low on that that promo. Okay, I'll have to fix that. Sorry about that. So Jenna's getting the numbers together. So tomorrow we're going to have the members only live, 3 p.m. Pacific, 6 p.m. Eastern. Make sure you're there because we've had a good turnout the last couple of times and it was very productive. And we usually spend a solid hour and a half with you guys, and if it's good, we'll spend even more if we need to. But Tuesday's a better day for us because of everything I have going on with the storage unit, and this is the last week of having to deal with that. Going back to the Tree Cat drawing, she's trying to figure out the winner right now, but I am doing a giveaway of my own. This is Tree Cat's not doing it. I'm offering a $100 gift card to any one of you guys who sign up between now and the 31st of October. You're going to be put into a drawing to win that gift card. Okay, by signing up, there's no obligation. You're not in a contract or anything like that. You're going to get 2 months for free. Essentially, that's going to take you through the end of the year where you don't have to pay anything. You use all their services, and TreeCat's not going to bill you for it, okay? So the only affiliate code that I know of that they're offering this through, and I'm grateful to them for allowing me to do it. Jenna, do you have a winner for us?
Yep. Pegasus Clowns.
Pegasus
got it
Clowns.
with 143.
And that's not fixed. I
No.
mean, you guys saw it generate. So Pegasus Clowns is the winner.
Congratulations.
Send me an email at flippinainteasy2020@gmail.com, and I'll put that in the chat. And give me your size and give me your mailing address, and I'll forward it on to the folks at TreeCat, and they'll get that out to you.
I always win. The universe loves me.
Basket says, I don't cross-list. Macari's made me like $30 a year, 2 years in a row. Well, to each his own. And then Flip says, Pegamess, the myth, the mess, the mediocre middle chapter. Pegasus Clowns, I say. I always win. The universe loves me. So, guys, that's the end of this episode. I want to thank you guys. Oops, here it goes. Chaos for hire. Let me ask. Does TreeCat require a browser extension like Vendu does? It requires what is called an agent that runs in the background.
Yeah.
And that kind of does the work for you. Like if you sell something on eBay, you can get it removed on the other platforms. It does all that work for you.
So what I do is I keep it running on my laptop in the shipping room. That way I also have it on my regular computer, but I don't rely on that for the agent. The agent is most certainly on the other computer.
That's gonna. Oh my gosh, that fella is probably gonna have himself another video. And then Pitco says, "What's the odds that he came?" That a name with Pegasus comes up after the last couple weeks of hearing what that name. And look, I'm not going to make any more videos on that subject. I realized I understand what's going on more than I did before when I made the video. It just makes so much sense to me just by hearing what's being said. The idea is to make you feel bad about being a reseller, so therefore you give it up and move on to other greener pastures. But I got to tell you, there is no easy way to make reselling work. It's not as easy as people make it sound. And this channel, I'm not trying to make it sound easy at all. In fact, the name of the channel is Flippin' Ain't Easy for a reason. But figuring that out and figuring out what your path is to make this game work is yet another example of how flippin' ain't easy. I want you guys to have an excellent rest of your week. And we will talk to you here either tomorrow on the Members Only Live or later this week on the live.
We love you guys. God bless.
Take care.
Chargebacks, returns, and lowball offers too. Vero takedowns, they're a pain. What can we do? High selling fees, bad buys, and rude buyers galore. Flipping ain't easy, but we keep coming back for more. All resellers are gonna make mistakes. Learn from them and you'll have what it takes. In the world of reselling, we're your guide. With flipping ain't easy, by your side. Sourcing great items is the key to success. Subscribe to the channel and stand above the rest. Focus on the things that are within your control. Hang with flipping ain't easy. Let's roll. Catch the live streams on Mondays and Fridays. Join the Discord community for the parlays. Tune into the podcast Profit Playbooks. The name with Scott and Josh. Flipping's more than a game. All resellers are gonna make mistakes. Learn from them and you'll have what it takes.
You can do it!
In the world of reselling, we're your guide. We're flipping ain't easy, by your side. Catch the live streams on Mondays and Fridays. Join the Discord community for the parlays. Tune into the podcast Profit Playbooks. The name with Scott and Josh. Flipping's more than a game. All resellers are gonna make mistakes. Learn from them and you'll have what it takes. In the world of reselling, we're your guide. Flipping ain't easy. live streams on Mondays and Fridays. Join the Discord community for the parlays. Tune into the podcast, Profit Playbooks. The name with Scott and Josh. Flipping's more than a game. Catch the live streams on Mondays and Fridays. Join the Discord community for the parlays. Tune into the podcast, Profit Playbooks. The name with Scott and Josh. Flipping's more than a game.
Very nice.
Resellers are gonna make mistakes. Learn from them and